There comes a time in life when stress feels like a heavy chain around your neck. It pulls you down. It makes you believe you'll never be free. But sometimes, one small moment, one unexpected lesson, changes everything. This is the story of the day I learned that stress can never control your life. There was a young man named Ravi. Ravi was just like many of us, hardworking, responsible, and always chasing dreams. But behind his smile, he was drowning in stress. Every morning he would wake up with a tight chest. Bills to pay, deadlines to meet, expectations to fulfill. At work, his boss demanded perfection. At home, his parents wanted him to do better, to earn more, to settle soon. Ravi's mind was never still. Even when he ate, he thought about work. Even when he tried to sleep, he thought about tomorrow's problems. Slowly, stress became his constant companion. But the world couldn't see it. On the outside, he looked normal. Inside, he was breaking. One day, after a long week, Ravi sat alone on a park bench. He held his head in his hands and whispered to himself, "I can't do this anymore. I can't carry all this weight." A stranger sitting nearby noticed him. It was an old man, with kind eyes and a calm face. The man leaned forward and asked, "Son, what's troubling you?" At first, Ravi didn't want to share, but something about the old man felt safe. So he poured his heart out. He spoke about his endless work, his family's expectations, his sleepless nights, his constant fear of failing. Tears rolled down his face as he confessed, "I feel like stress is controlling my whole life." The old man listened quietly. And then, he picked up a glass of water from the bench beside him. He held it up and asked, "Ravi, how heavy do you think this glass is?" Ravi looked confused. "Maybe half a kilo?" he guessed. The old man smiled. "The actual weight doesn't matter. What matters is how long I hold it. If I hold it for a minute, it's light. If I hold it for an hour, my arm will ache. If I hold it all day, my arm will feel numb and weak. The glass hasn't changed. But the longer I hold it, the heavier it becomes." He placed the glass back down and looked at Ravi. "Stress is like this glass of water. If you carry it all the time, it will crush you. But if you learn to put it down, you will find peace again." Those words hit Ravi's heart like lightning. He sat in silence, realizing something he had never thought about. It wasn't the problems themselves that were destroying him. It was his habit of holding on to them day and night. He had been carrying the glass for too long. That evening, Ravi went home and made a small decision. He would not let stress own him anymore. When he worked, he would give his best. But once he left the office, he promised himself, no more carrying those problems home. When he sat with his parents, he chose to listen but not let pressure eat him alive. And every night before sleeping, he whispered to himself, "Put the glass down." It wasn't easy at first. Some nights, stress came back knocking. But slowly, step by step, he learned the art of letting go. He learned that problems will always exist, but stress doesn't have to live in your heart. Months later, Ravi was still working hard. The bills were still there. The expectations hadn't disappeared, but something inside him had changed. He smiled more. He slept better. He felt lighter, freer, because he had learned one powerful truth. Stress cannot control your life unless you allow it to. And, my friend, maybe you need to hear this too. Life will always bring challenges. Deadlines will come. Responsibilities will pile up. But remember the glass of water. Don't hold on to stress all day. Put it down. Breathe. Leave. Because your mind deserves rest. Your heart deserves peace. And your life deserves freedom. So, the next time stress tries to control you, ask yourself one question. Am I ready to put the glass down? Because the day you do is the day you truly start living.